It's just for me.
Well, you look great today.
Oh, thank you.
And that's courtesy of our next guest,
Yeah.
who's the co-founder of the Gemological Science International. Try to say that 3 times.
Yeah.
Let's welcome Debbie Azar. How you doing?
Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
First of all, thanks for these.
Oh, they look great on you, by the way.
Thank you.
I told her she looked
Yeah.
really pretty.
Tell us about your company.
Yeah, so GSI, we are one of the largest gemological organizations in the world with 13 laboratories globally. And what we do is our grading reports or certificates, as they're sometimes referred to, help consumers make informed decisions when they're buying diamonds and ultimately give them peace of mind. And I actually going to sneak these over to you real quick.
Cool.
I brought you both
Yay.
little gifts. These
Cool.
are jeweler's loops. And they actually have little 5-point natural diamonds on them. And you even have a GSI grading report that's going to tell you all about your diamonds.
And when I went to the diamond show with my mom, I remember these. Yeah, so it tells you exactly cut, clarity, and
Yes,
carat.
the 4 C's.
Yeah.
Yes, and these are important in determining the value of the diamonds, which is why these grading reports are so important and you should always insist on them.
Really? So this is the standard. When you go buy a diamond, you should have one of these.
Yes, GSI grading reports are standard. You should have one of them and you should insist on them.
Okay. So what else do we need to know about diamonds besides the 4 C's? Remind us of those.
There's so much to know about diamonds. I mean, first, foremost, diamonds do so much good around the world. Not many people know this. For example, in countries where diamonds are mined and polished, like Botswana and Namibia, they rely solely on the jobs that are provided by the natural diamonds industry and for the income it provides for clean water, hospitals, healthcare, education. And the diamond industry really helps bolster all these economies in nations where we mine diamonds, where we polish, manufacture jewelry. We do a lot of good around the world.
So how about lab-grown diamonds? Tell us about those because we're moving towards that. Yeah.
Yeah, so lab-grown diamonds are actually nothing new. They were first created in the early 1950s, mainly for industrial purposes. And in the early 2000s, they started to be used in jewelry. So with lab-grown diamonds, it's important to really be educated and to know what you're buying. So from a gemological standpoint, lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds have the same physical, chemical, and optical properties. However, there are some key differences, such as the price and the value, of
Sure.
course, which
How
is the
much
big
less
one.
is it for a lab-grown
It
diamond?
depends. So you have to it's important to make an apples to apples comparison when you're looking for that price difference. But if you are making that apples to apples comparison, it's about 40% less for a lab.
Okay, that's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a big deal, but it's also important to understand that they're with natural diamonds, you also have historically, they've maintained their value. So, even though the price of diamonds kind of fluctuates, it could go up, it could go down, they still maintain a value, which is why they've been handed down from generation to generation, which is also why you can resell them on a secondary market or even go back to your retail jewelry store and upgrade it for a bigger diamond, after some time.
What is Julia wearing? Are they lab-grown?
Yeah.
No, Julia is wearing Vera Wang.
Wow.
Yeah, these are Vera Wang. They're actually runway earrings. So those are really, really cool. I was actually debating to give you these.
I know. They look great on, those look great too.
So these are First Light. These are like
They're beautiful.
proprietary cut things.
Yeah.
These are 10 carats of diamonds. But yeah, diamonds are just so much fun. Like these kind of statement earring pieces, they're very popular now. Color diamonds, color gemstones. I mean, diamonds and jewelry just make a great gift any time of the year for anyone. And even women are self-purchasers now.
Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
Yeah, totally.
You don't have to wait for a man or your spouse to buy you a diamond.
No.
You heard us saying, we see that some millennials are not buying that many diamonds, or at least not traditional clear diamonds. Why do you think that is?
Actually, there's been recent research that shows that about 40 or over 40% of all diamonds purchases are actually being made by millennials. Millennials are actually buying a lot of engagement rings, and these millennials are actually the self-purchasers. And I think part of the reason is also because a lot of the really large retail jewelry chains like Kay Jewelers, Zales, Fred Meyer Jewelers, they've actually done a really incredible job of enhancing the consumer's overall buying experience, both in store and online.
So you think millennials would be more open to lab-grown diamonds than older generations? Because I think of my mother and my grandmother, and they probably would never do that. But my cousin, who's younger, would probably be more open to it.
There's nothing wrong with either. It's really a matter of personal preference. If you want a lab grown diamond, that's fine. A natural diamonds as well. I just think it's really important that you understand the differences between the two and really what's the purpose of what you're buying it for. A lot of millennials now are buying what's called these starter engagement rings. And then what they want to do is over time, in 5 or 10 years, when they're a little more financially stable, then they want to upgrade and get a bigger diamonds, a higher color
That sounds
clarity.
prudent and rational. Yes.
Of course, but you can do that only with natural diamonds because they do maintain their value.
So lab-grown diamonds, the value drops right away?
With lab-grown diamonds, because it's very new, we don't know what the long-term value is, if any.
Yeah,
Got
that
it.
makes sense. Other than diamonds, what other jewels can you artificially grow?
Well, yeah, there's synthetic gemstones. So you have rubies, sapphires, emeralds.
How have they come a long way, or?
It's actually interesting. It's very similar to what's happening in the industry right now with natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. There was a hype about synthetic sapphires and synthetic rubies, and it was kind of the thing almost for a couple of years. And then as it got more cost effective to make, the price started to drop. And again, it has its place in the market, just like lab grown diamonds will have its place in the market.
Wow.
When I think about this from a most fundamental level, they're just carbon. Do you think there will be a
You're such a scientist, Julia. I think of them as very pretty rocks.
Do you think there would be a day the diamonds or other jewels we grow in a laboratory environment will be indistinguishable from a naturally sourced piece of jewelry?
So right now, it's actually an interesting point that you bring up. So because I mentioned that these laboratory grown diamonds that are actually grown in factories, versus natural diamonds that we know are billions of years old and they're formed hundreds of miles beneath the Earth's surface under truly remarkable conditions. You do need right now some equipment, and that's why grading reports are so important. At GSI, we certify both lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds, and you do need trained experts with all the right equipment to actually check and identify if the diamonds is natural or lab grown. You wouldn't be able to do that with just a jeweler's loupe.
Yeah.
So, a lot of this show involves, career and focus and career journey. How did you get into this? Yeah, well, who are you and how did you end up being the diamond lady?
Oh, I like that, the diamond lady. Well, really, like any good story, by accident. I really stumbled upon the diamond industry many, many, many years ago, more years than I'm willing to admit on camera. And I got my first job in the industry working on 47th Street at a wholesaler, and that's where I learned
In the Diamond District?
In the Diamond District. And I was like, okay, diamonds, I can do this. I'm like, it could be worse. And I really fell in love with this industry. 15 years ago, Mark Gershberg and we co-founded GSI, and it's just, I love what I do. I'm so passionate about what I do. This is such an amazing industry. It really, truly is a charitable industry. We do so much good, and and it's fun and it's exciting, and there's always something new. So I love
Wait,
it.
Julia, tell us about your ring.
My ring?
Yes.
Well, this ring. So one of the benefits of doing what I do is I get to travel the world. So we've got 13 laboratories all around the world in India, Hong Kong, Dubai, Belgium, Botswana. So I was actually at a jewelry show in in Dubai, and I found this ring in the Hong Kong section of the Dubai show.
Hold it up right here, close to your face.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
And your other ring, the more important ring?
More important ring. Yeah, this is
It's beautiful, yeah.
beautiful.
That's a princess cut diamond?
Yeah, this is a princess cut diamond.
Hold it up close to your face. Yeah. Look at that. You can
jewelry
spot
on
that
it.
away without zooming in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and diamonds and jewelry, they're really so much fun. And like I said, they really make great gifts. There's diamonds for every single budget. So I really just think that, go to a jewelry store, buy some diamonds.
And it can be a good investment if you invest properly, right? What type of wisdom can you impart on that front?
Selecting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I would never recommend buying a diamond for investment purposes, since the price of diamonds does fluctuate up and down. But historically, natural diamonds have maintained their value. So you can always upgrade over time. If you wanted to sell it on a secondary market, you could, because it does maintain that value. And what's really cool is there's also like an emotional value with natural diamonds. I mean, imagine having something in your hand that's billions of years old. And natural diamonds are unique. There are no two that are ever the same. So it's like you have a billion-year-old piece of nature that no one else in the world has. I mean, I think that's kind of valuable.
I think that's an amazing way to look at it.
That's a good way to look at it.
You can tell she's been doing this for a while, Julia. Debbie, thank you so much for taking the time today, and we'll be sure to get you back Julia's bling when we're done.
Great to see you. We have this for another half an hour.
Half an hour.
Enjoy them. They look great on you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.